Carpicanus, shoot females first, at least if you want to do population control, that's the way to go. But when you're using thermal at distance, it's hard to tell which is the male and which is the female. They look rather monomorphic at distance. The closer coyote's going to be 453 yards, and in a minute I'll show you how I got that number. In the meantime, this is partway through the stalk. I'm getting video with my InfiRay finder, FH35RV2. And getting the ranges on the two coyotes. The wind is blowing to the right, so scent isn't an issue, but it is a full moon. And normally I wouldn't be stalking on the coyotes, except they're bedded down. And as long as they stay bedded down, I have a chance of getting to them and getting a shot. Here I've moved up. Still a little further away than I would like. And now the laser rangefinder is telling me the coyote's somewhere between 119 and 132 yards. That one's out there about 180 or so. Nothing else in the field. I've changed over to my Rick Sleep L6 thermal weapon sight. I'm going to take a look at this close coyote. Nice shot, and she is down. And the other one takes off for the hills. Now, I called her a she. That's, of course, known after the fact. At this point, I'm just checking to make sure the coyote is down and done. And this is how I got the range on the coyote, originally at 453 yards. I wasn't able to get it when I was trying to laser range find the coyote itself. I wasn't getting any signal bounce back. But when I got to the coyote, I turned around and shot the truck. As you can see here, 453 yards.
Brass Catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
She was a female, and she was pregnant, and she just had one on board. Did some research. Looks like the average litter size tends to be small for the first couple years and increases over time until they're about 8 or 9 years of age. This coyote did not have any distended teats, and so had not nursed previously, so this is going to be a younger coyote, and this was likely her first pregnancy. On the next night, right about sundown, I'm getting set up in a field when this turkey just came running right by me, just came trotting along. And this was one of those bizarre things in nature. I actually saw her coming. She walked within about 15 or 20 feet of me and just kept right on going like I wasn't there. As with the previous night, this night has a full moon. Tonight, however, it's a 100% illumination, and it is very bright outside, except fortunately there is cloud cover, and it's heavy cloud cover, but it has gaps in it. So I'm on some hogs right now, and I'm under the clouds, hidden from the moon, and it is very dark. The wind isn't a problem. What is a problem is there's a fence in the way, and so what I'm going to do is figure out the ranges on various hogs in the group, and then close some of the distance by moving down the driveway along the fence. And when I get to a point that would be a good shooting opportunity, I'll get set up. So once again, getting distances as I'm just closing the range. Checking the side field, make sure there's no other livestock in that direction. There are livestock back behind the hogs, back behind these hogs, so I don't want to be shooting in that direction, but off to the left is going to be good. And here I moved up again. I want to get a little further forward, and as I'm getting the ranges on these hogs, the clouds are going to part, the whole area is going to light up, and it is extremely bright outside. This is not good for me, and as it turns out, I'm going to get busted. I've slowed the video down right here. I'm looking at this one sow, and I think I hear her grunt a warning. Notice that she has her head up now. However, she wasn't the first hog to take notice. These piglets in the background have started running, so there may have been another warning grunt before that I didn't catch. So I dropped the finder, set down my rifle on the shooting sticks, get behind the rifle, and the hogs are on the move. They stop. Drop this sow. Way too much lead, way too high. The second shot does connect, but the hog makes it over the hill and onto the neighbor's property. I came away with a 190-pound pregnant sow, and I thought this was interesting. She only had one on board. She's only the second or third pregnant sow that I found with only one on board. Usually it's two or more. Now, this piglet is kind of interesting. The little white caps that you see on the hooves actually will pop off really easily. These are deciduous hoof capsules, and they protect the uterus and the birth canal from the sharp edges of the hooves for animals such as pigs or even horses, so they don't damage the mama in the birthing process or while the baby is gestating. A little while later finds me in the same field where I killed the last coyote, and I'm getting range on the coyote there in the distance. I'm partway through my stalk on this coyote. It was bedded down when I started the stalk, and then for no apparent reason it got up and started to move. It didn't smell me. I don't think it saw me. Maybe it saw me. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be in a hurry to get away. It's just meandering along. And I'm going to take this shot before it gets closer to the cattle in the background. Connected with the coyote that was behind the shoulder and through the liver and a little bit low. This coyote runs and runs, finally slows down. I take another shot at it just off the nose, and it finally collapses in place. This coyote happens to be another female, was not pregnant, no signs of having nursed previously, appears to be very young. Now the light that I'm using is an Armitech Wizard C2 Pro Max, and you're going to see more of its use in future hunts. Well, I'm on my first property tonight, and I've got hogs there in the distance, and I'm going to go ahead and make my stalk after them, and they're going to end up disappearing on me. Had I gotten to them, I would have shot them with my Lone Star Armory TX15 multi-purpose carbine enhanced. That is shooting some Maker T-Rex 95 grain bullets loaded by Druid Hill Armory and the Starline brass. Well, when that didn't work out, I moved to another property. This is the one where I've shot the previous two coyotes, and I've got a coyote there at the bottom of the hill from where I am set up at the top of the hill, scanning my surrounding area. This coyote has been here since I've arrived, so it's been here about 5 minutes at this point. And I've decided I think I'm going to go ahead and stalk it. This is the view from the truck of that coyote as it's down in a little hole trying to go after something. That appears to be a skunk. And I do realize at the beginning of the video I said I don't usually stalk after coyotes. And that is all I've done in this video. No other animals around, so I'm going to go ahead and head on downhill. Here I am at the fence line. There's my coyote at about 89 yards or so. At that close, even with the winds, this should be a good shot. The coyote turned out to be a healthy male. I continued to hunt for a little while longer but did not find any more hogs or coyotes, so I decided to experiment with the laser rangefinder on the InfiRay finder. And the literature says that it will range out to 800 meters in some places and out to 800 yards in others. Either way, I'm reading trees here at nearly 1,200 yards, some 36 to 50% further than for what it's rated. Carpe sus, my friends.